As he took office, Rishi Sunak turned the Conservatives' election manifesto of 2019. "I will deliver on its promise, building an economy that embraces the opportunities of Brexit." Mr. Sunak wants to build the economy, but there are plenty of people who say Brexit isn't helping. Brexit is and will be a total disaster. Brexit is causing significant economic damage. Rishi Sunak would not agree that Brexit is a disaster, but in this video we will take you through what we know about Brexit and the economy based on available evidence. In 2020, then Prime Minister Boris Johnson reached an agreement with the EU to exit the single market and the customs union. Mr. Johnson saw it as a deal that will allow our companies and exporters to do even more business with our European counterparts. According to the Nonpartisan Institute for Fiscal Studies, we've lost a significant portion of our trade with the European Union, including high-value professional services trade, which is making us poorer. The official body that provides independent economic analysis is the Office for Budget Responsibility, OBR. It has been determined that Brexit has resulted in a 15% decrease in trade intensity. Unlike other advanced economies, the UK's exports have not recovered after the recession. Rishi has been a staunch Brexit supporter since the beginning. Months earlier, when still Chancellor, Mr. Sunak was asked about the drop in trade. It was always inevitable that if you change the exact nature of your trading relationship with the EU, that was going to have an impact on trade flows. Lord Frost, the man who negotiated Brexit for the UK, recently acknowledged this in a different way. "I've always said leaving the customs union and the single market has a cost. Not every Brexiteer has been willing to say that, but I've always said it, although I don't think it's as big as many people say." Lord Frost and many Brexit supporters would argue that Brexit was about much more than the economy. It was about regaining sovereignty and regaining control, but the economy was a part of it. In 2016, Michael Gove stated, "The truth is that if we vote to leave, we will be in a stronger economic position." That hasn't happened either. Without a doubt, re-establishing your trading relationship with the rest of the world takes time. There are already 71 new agreements with other countries, and while the majority of them are direct copies of deals made when the UK was a member of the EU, there are completely new agreements with Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. The Australia agreement, for example, is expected to boost the UK's GDP by 0.08% by 2035, and then there's India. The government recently stated that progress is being made, but there is no sign of a deal with the United States. And what about business investment? It peaked in 2016, the year of the Brexit referendum, and has never returned to that level. Or there's the value of the pound. The strength of the dollar has lowered the value of currencies around the world. However, the pound has fallen significantly against the dollar since 2016, and a weaker pound makes imported goods more expensive, contributing to inflation. Put all of these factors together, and this is the conclusion of the Office for Budget Responsibility. It forecasts that Brexit will reduce UK GDP by 4% over 15 years. When asked about the economy, ministers have pointed to global issues. Global pressures, inflation and high energy prices are affecting economies for both developed and developing economies all over the world. The economic consequences of COVID and the war in Ukraine are undeniably significant. But the UK economy has longer-term issues as well. Growth has gradually slowed since the 1970s, and productivity has stagnated since the 2008 global crash. It's a complicated picture. However, the OBR and many economists argue that Brexit is a factor. I think the whole British political system is going through a bit of a convulsion after Brexit, which is not surprising when you get this sort of huge change, and I think it's got some way to play out yet, Lord Frost says. And as it unfolds with the new Prime Minister in charge, Rishi Sunak has the opportunity to deliver the economic benefits of Brexit that he has long promised, but based on available evidence, Brexit in its current form is one of the factors limiting the UK's economic growth. Thanks for watching.